Hello, my name is Joseph Carlson, and this is the Tabletop Experiment, the Lab, episode 4, which is basically just a way for Feyd and I to hang out. We're just hanging out with Elden Ring art here. No, I'm kidding. We were going to do an Elden Ring one-shot. This year, we're going to do a lot more one-shots and try some stuff out. Feyd was available, and he has played Elden Ring. He knows what the game is about. I've played Elden Ring. I think everybody in our normal group has played Elden Ring, but they are busy because they are true adults. You and I are, I guess, are only small adults. We're not all the way to being adulthood yet. We actually, no, they were out of town, or like Todd is doing homework. Christian is painting, I don't know, the Statue of Liberty, something. I don't know what he's doing. He's doing some home improvements. So, but we're going to do this. This is basically me watching Critical Role did a very famous one-shot called Ye of Little Faith. I don't know, Feyd, you don't know who Critical Role is, do you? You don't know who they are at all. They're all new to you, aren't they? It's just a bunch of voice actors playing D&D, hundreds of hours of content. Anyway, they do sponsored content every now and then because they are a business, and they're also very good at what they do. And they did an Elden Ring one-shot. They came up with their own rules. We are using a variation of that, and I'm gonna put it up on the screen so people could see it. But it's I got this on GM Binder, which everybody can see it up on the screen. It's by Dan Draco. He basically said the same thing, that he watched the Critical Role one-shot for Elden Ring, O Ye of Little Faith, and kind of came up with what he could tell were the rules. Now, here's the deal. We don't... I don't know if it was ever officially published what they did for rules. So we're going to try these out. You and I have read them several times. You said you read them a few times. I obviously did a little bit more prep and tried to read them. Just letting everybody out there know we're going to screw these up, all right? So everybody's going to shake their fist. But it's all homebrew, and it doesn't matter. And it's on something we both really like. In fact, we were talking before we started recording that when I planned this, I was like, you know what, I should play Elden Ring. And I think, Feyd, you said the same thing, that you were like, hey, I should play Elden Ring. So we might just end up playing Elden Ring again. So I guess it worked. What we're doing worked, everybody. So not to start a big surprise, but what is the name of your character, Feyd? What are you calling your character in the Lands Between?
O'Grady.
Just breaking a mold. Your clan of O'Grady's has just continued to spread through the multiverse of tabletop games.
Hey, in my defense, it is a From Software. It is of From Software origin. That was the first character I named when I first got into them.
I get it.
So
good. I mean, hey,
I've always stuck with it.
I like ribbing you about it, but it is funny where I knew you were going to send me. You basically just made a character and screen grabbed his stats. You know, why roll anything up? Because it's in the game, right? And I knew as soon as I looked at it, I was like, I wonder what name he's going to go with. And there it was, at the top, O'Grady. In fact, I think I have a screen grab here. Right there, look at that. O'Grady, level 7. You played a warrior, which I took is, let's see if I can find it. There's your hero, right? You picked a hero, right? Right here? Named O'Grady. So are you male, or were you male or female? I don't think that doesn't affect.
Male.
That doesn't affect your stats, right? I don't think it does.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, we begin at the site of a large battle. There's hundreds of troops on the field. You guys are storming what would best be described as kind of a crescent moon wall of what would be a coliseum. There are storm giants racing into battle next to you. Well, racing for storm giants is them just stepping over people. This is the war of the demigods. There is massive swords, like hilts of swords, landing into the ground and destroying tons of people. You are far back in the fray, and all you know is that you are marching forward to fight for your lord. Now, here's the deal. I didn't really prep you with this. You know a little bit about the lore of Elden Ring. Is there a particular lord that you fought for? You want to fight for?
You know what? I didn't even think about that.
Well, here's the deal. Because this is a one-shot, I have, there's the Lands Between. Obviously, the Elden Ring has been shattered, and everybody is fighting over, the shards of the Elden Ring. And, from what I can tell, looking into this, it's basically you're trying to become the Elden Lord, right? But because of that, there's all these other things like the Dung Eater. You know, I should have written all this down because I actually played the intro. And let me tell you, everybody out there, I know we're doing a one shot and everything. This is a little bit of a digression, but whoever does the VO in English for that intro is chef's kiss. I mean, I was just like, I should write all this down, and I just sat there and listened to the whole thing and was like, this is good. This is really good. I'll say this, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You just know that your Lord is trying to fight to get his shard of the Elden Ring. And this has caused a major mustering of the forces. And everybody is marching towards this Colosseum. But what happens is, as you're marching, one of these massive ballistas comes towards you and looks like it's going to land on the troops and near you, this big shard of, like, it appears to be a shard of a sword. Can you give me a dex saving throw? So just roll a d20, and I'm going to look at your stats here that you've given me, which I'll say that it would be your dexterity is a 9. In D&D and 5e, which is kind of what we're basing some of this on, even though with the GM binder rules, that isn't much of a bonus. So just give me a straight roll.
All right, I got a 7.
That ain't it. You just see this shard of sword just land on you, and you're out. When you awake, you stereotypically looking like the barbarian in the art here? Are you looking? Let's see. Are you looking like this? Do you have any particular way you want your character to look? I mean, male, obviously.
I can look like that. I don't really.
Short black hair.
Yeah.
You use a battle axe, of course, as your weapon of choice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're laying in this massive field. There's fog all around you, and you see what appears to be other bodies, just like you, laying down. Just, hundreds of bodies that have been destroyed by this kind of shard of sword, this ballista that's come in. And you see this small flickering of light come towards you and rest in your open palm, which is outstretched. In death, you basically fell forward. And when the flicker of light hits your palm, you see the bodies blow away like leaves. And it's you standing in a massive field alone with the fog in front of you and a small sliver that looks like it's almost like a small fog door that you can walk through. And you just hear like the little bits of whispering all around you, of like you hear people screaming and like people being stabbed by swords, just like the sounds of battle happening around you. What do you want to do?
Well, am I still dead? Or
it appears, yes, very dead.
Like I'm still laying there. I guess I'll get up.
Mm-hmm.
What is this thing that landed in my hand?
It seems that it is the only source of light in this whole area, and it is like flickering a little bit, like like a little, just literally like a light, just kind of flickering on and off, and it almost gives away like a lantern light. And when you kind of hold it in your hand and around you, it illuminates these ghostly figures going through battle, like getting stabbed and like fading away. And like some of them are like, just like you getting crushed. And it almost just seems like every battle that was taking place on that battlefield, you're seeing like a replay of it as it's happening. Like you're seeing this like replay of people dying and stuff like that, but it's the only source of light. When you kind of look around you, it's only illuminating you like a cloak around you. And you're kind of like looking around and you see these people, and then you see someone, a white spectral force, do that, like basically be a mirror of you, but it looks like they're wearing some more armor, and you see them hold it up, look right at you, turn around and go into this fog like kind of door, this kind of like shroud receptacle, and he walks right through it, and it just kind of like sucks him in.
I guess I will follow and see if I can go through as well.
You go through and it just like everything around you, you get that really sickly feeling like an elevator, like you've been pushed or whatever. And you you're laying on the ground. You're in the same position before you woke up, so you're laying on your stomach with your hand kind of outstretched like this, a little bit, just kind of like this. You kind of open your eyes and you see that that glimmer of light is still in your hand, but the moment you open your eyes, it blinks a few times and then fades. And you see kind of this unnatural light in the room you're in. You don't know where the glow is coming from, but you're basically in a mausoleum and
Oh, fun.
you see broken crypts and coffins, stone coffins that have been like either the lids open or they've been broken. You see probably you're in a room that's probably like 20 by 20, but all the coffins are open, and it looks like they're like urns have been shattered, like people left offerings for these people, like stuff is broken kind of all over where you're at.
All right. Well, I guess I will crawl out of my coffin and.
Well, you're on the ground. The coffins are kind of around you.
Okay, so okay, I'm on the ground.
Um,
All right. Well.
when you get up, you that light that you had, you see another glowing light. The only thing, like I said, there's kind of this faint light around you, this blue glow, but you do see like a kind of like warm amber glow, like you saw in your hand with this bead of light. It's kind of glowing in a coffin right next to the door, like right to the right of the door. The door is probably about 15 feet from you, but right next to that is like a coffin, and you see this glow right there.
All right. I'll go over and investigate that coffin, see if I can open it up, I suppose.
The lid is halfway broken, so you can actually just reach in and you see your battle axe, and you see in the coffin you see like a mummified remains of somebody that actually looks a lot like you, that has the same, your hair grows after death. They have the bandana like you, and they're holding an axe, like a warrior's burial basically, but their hands are decayed to the point where even the bones are gone, and it's almost like from the elbow up. Their arms are gone, but they're still kind of folded over, and the axe is just laying on its chest. And the axe is immaculate, like it hasn't been touched from. It hasn't been anything. Even though there's dust on these coffins and everything's been broken, you see this stuff sitting there.
All right, cool. Well, I got my axe. Will leave the room, I suppose.
Thanks, man. Like that's your like. Thank you for this. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Thanks. Possibly asked me. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You do I mean, it's iconic now, but the double door push of any From Software game.
Mm-hmm.
And you look out into, this time you see and you see this beautiful vista off to the side, and you see, I couldn't just get a picture of it, but I'll put it. Actually, wait. Yeah, you basically have come up over this cliff. You are not on the horse. Don't worry. Not yet. Sorry, I couldn't find the art that I wanted.
Torin.
Yay! You come out and you see, instead of all this craggy area, you're kind of in a grassy, hilly area, but you see this giant sparkling tree. And you see off to like maybe 60, 100 feet from you, you see a small fire with a man in like rags kind of sitting by the fire, and you see like a spit rotating, and he like, it looks like you see the smoke, and it's almost like even though the door is open, he doesn't really pay you any mind, but you see like, on the mausoleum, when you look back, like a crow flaps and flies away, and it is actually very picturesque. Like it's the skies as it is in this art, but it's very quiet, but you still like, that tree is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they went to it. Yeah.
Well, I guess I will go talk to the guy at the fire.
Okay. You kind of walk over there, and you feel kind of weak and everything, and. you slowly, like, there's no impeding to your movement. I mean, it's not like it's difficult terrain. It's just a field. You do feel, though, like you're very calm, that you've been, even though you know you died, like you're aware of what happened to you to get here. You don't feel any pain. All your limbs are around. You slowly get over to him, and he's like cooking dinner. And he's like, you see him slowly like raise his head, and in his like robes that are like tattered, and you see like moss on them. It looks like his skull is very like he's very skinny, but he does look alive. And he sees you, and he's like, "Oh, hello. What's your name?"
Grady.
You see him grin. He's like, "A fine name. Are you hungry? Would you like some game?"
Um, I don't think I have any currency right now, do I?
Yeah, he just asked if you wanted
So,
some. He didn't ask for money.
oh, to buy. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, sure. I'll take some game.
He's like, "Here. Are you new to the lands between?"
Um, in this current state, yes.
Well, you shouldn't go out alone. Here. And he reaches in his pouch and he says, "Take these." And you see a red vial and a blue vial, and he hands them to you.
All right. Thank you.
He's like, "They'll help you in your journey. You'll know which one to
What do they
use."
do?
He says, "Well, the red one can help if you're injured. And if you... Do you cast spells at all?"
I don't think so. No, no, not one for that.
He's like, "Well, maybe hang on to it. The blue one is usually for people that cast spells, but you may be able to trade it to somebody else. I'm sorry, I only have one of each. Are you
All right.
are you going towards the tree, or are you just?"
Um,
And you see him grin and kind of look back, kind of look at you, and he's like, "Are you just kind of plodding around a bit?"
uh, kind of plodding around a bit for the moment. Gotta figure out what's going on.
He says, "Well, there's an old holy relic up on the hill," and he points up, and you see over the hills, you see like a broken building. You know, it appeared to be like a shack with like stone walls. It's all, the roof's off though, and some of the walls are decayed. And he said, "There's a camp up there. I myself haven't been able to make it yet. I'm a bit tired from traveling. I just wanted to rest for a bit, but I've heard there's a site of grace up there. If you were able to get to it, you may find some help up there."
All right. Then I will head that direction then.
He's like, "Make sure you're," and he said, and like, do you eat with him? And then, like, because he gives you a little bit of this game on a stick, so he's sitting there
Oh
like
yeah.
eating, and you're kind of eating while you're
So
talking
yeah,
to him. Right.
yeah, I'll sit down and eat with him.
He's like, "Yes." He's like, "One more thing," and he hands you this as you go to leave. He's like, "Good luck, O'Grady. Take this." And before you leave, he hands you one smithing stone, just a kind of a triangle shaped stone. Excuse me. And what I'll do now is I'll write that down that you have that. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to, I'll let you re-roll one of your rolls to hit.
Okay.
So, like I said, I'll write that down right now. Are you just heading straight towards the building?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. As you kind of like are walking there, you see shrubs and trees, and you see a main path going up, and you see a broken building on either, like broken, like kind of ruins on either side. It looks like somebody tried to build like a small stone fence, but it looks like it's been decayed and falled over, and it's on either side. Do you want to stick to the path, or are you going to try to stick to like the shrubs, the trees? Are you going to try to sneak, or?
Yeah, I'll just stick to the path. I'll just walk straight up.
Okay. You as you walk up, you start hearing the sound of armor, and you've for many years are aware of the sound of like horse hooves in armor, and you hear that coming down the path. And right over the path, as because you're kind of looking up the hill about to the crest, you see a massive soldier sitting in gold armor with a massive gold pike behind him and a big golden shield, and his horse has the same armor that's kind of draped over him. And you see him just coming down the hill towards you. And
Boy.
before, but I was debating. I was like, should I? Of course, it's iconic. You see it kind of come up on the hill and crest, and before it comes down the hill, you see it turn around and kind of go up the hill again. So it only came down a few feet. It doesn't appear that it has seen you.
All right. Well, I guess I will try to sneak then from this
Okay.
point on.
Well, can you give me we'll call it we'll say a dexterity check, so you don't really, because it's stealth, but just give me a dex check with your,
All right. I got a 12.
okay, that's not bad. You kind of go from tree to tree, and as you start getting up the hill, you see how huge this knight is in gold armor, kind of cresting over the hill, and you see him kind of look at you, and you hear him kind of breathe under his armor, and you hear the horse kind of snarl under the armor a little bit, and it doesn't appear that they have seen you. So you're kind of like still hiding behind a tree, and they kind of come, and you see him turn around and go back up towards crest over the hill.
All right. I'm gonna try to keep making my way toward the building, but try to stay stealthy as possible. Stick to the shrubs.
It appears that he's going to make one more pass. Give me one more stealth check as you're kind of like stealthing up. So just a D20.
Okay. I got a 16 this time.
It's very good. It appears you're at the last tree next to the building, and he goes down and comes up and kind of looks over towards you, but is like totally, kind of like not paying attention, or it doesn't seem to at least notice you. And you see the building that the camper, I'll call him, was at. And you come to the corner of the building, and it's just as I described. There's the walls are broken. You can walk right in. There's shrubs all around it, but you notice from the path. Can you give me let's see here. Again, we're just using your. We'll give you. Let's do like. Give me a mind check. So it would be like it'd just be a D20 because you wouldn't have any real bonuses to that.
Yeah. I got a 9.
Okay, it appears that this building blocks the vision of this golden knight. So if you were to like get in the camp, there's no way that he can see you from inside the camp.
Okay. And I will climb on inside.
You kind of get inside, you see an anvil in the back, and you see another one of those stones that the camper gave you. And you see there's no one else here, but in the middle, you see that light that was in your hand. You see a bit of it, like you see like wisp of it coming into the center of the ground right there, like right near the smithing stone. So it's almost like this convergence of light, almost like a night light that are coming in, like all these wisps of light are coming in the center.
All right, I'll go to try to pick up the smithing stone, I suppose.
All right, you have one more smithing stone. I'm going to write that down. So you actually have 2 now.
All
right. Sweet. This isn't like D&D where you only get 1 inspiration. You can reroll. I'll let you reroll because this is only 1 shot. It's not like I'm like, oh, you died and now we can never play again. So yeah, you grab it And again, there's no one here, and you see these wisps of light kind of coming in the center, and of this thing, and you see this just glowing ball of energy, kind of like sitting there where these things are kind of like, and you hear again. Actually, give me a mind. Is it mind? I think. Yeah, give me a mind check, just a D20. I guess you wouldn't have any bonuses.
Oh, I got a 7.
Okay. Yeah, you just hear the wind. Then there's nothing else. But yeah, you see these things kind of converge in the center, and strangely enough, if you get near it, it feels very warm, almost like a campfire in a way. Not a bonfire. Very clear. Not a bonfire.
Yeah.
Just a campfire. Not. Yeah. Yeah. We don't. That's copyrighted.
Well, can I I don't know. Can I look at it?
Yeah. I mean, you look at it. Again, it feels warm next to you. It isn't hurting you be next to it. You see all this energy going around it, and yeah, it's just kind of sitting there. And you kind of like as you are kind of looking at it, you see one kernel of this light kind of come up and kind of like towards your eye and like flash, and you see all these tendrils of like a little baby like sproutling tree kind of sprout out of them, and then it slowly starts to fade away.
Weird. Shoot, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know. Can I touch it?
When you reach out to touch it, you see all that energy come towards your hand, and you see a big, like, another flash of light. You now have 25 ruins.
Oh, cool.
There's a necklace on your neck that you never, like, noticed before, where it glows, and it's the symbol of, like, a broken ruin, and it's on your neck, and you see it start to glow. And you see all this energy go into it, and, yeah. And right after the necklace glows, you kind of look over and you see another one of those white wisps of someone like fighting. And you don't know what they're fighting against. It's just a man with like dual swords, and he's fighting, and then he falls over, and he falls right over into this site. And that's why you see like the tree sprout up and then fade away.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I guess I will continue venturing forward and see if I can find this site of grace.
When you turn around and you see you hear like armor, like moving. You see a man come around the corner with a sword and a shield, and he's got a full set of plate armor. And you hear into the armor, he's like, yeah. And he kind of like is stumbling towards you, and he falls on you. And when you grab him, like blood is on you and everything. And he's like, oh, thank goodness. And he falls, and you see once he hits the ground, he explodes like this light you've seen before. And you see another flash of light, and he literally just fades away. And you hear horse hoofs come, and you see like right after he fades, this woman on a horse comes, and she has a brimmed hat and like a big cloak, and gets off, and like you see her tie her horse up to like one of the stones. There's like this stone like spire coming out, like broken rocks. It used to be a wall or something inside the building. She ties her horse off, and she's like, hello, Tarnished. She's like, what's your name?
O'Grady? What's going on?
She grins. She's like, well, O'Grady, are you here in the lands between for good? Or are you just being aimless, wandering?
For good, I suppose. This is where I'm from.
Oh, well... She's like, you shouldn't go alone. She goes, take Torret. And she hands you in her hand, she like reaches forward and you see a broken, like a cracked whistle. And she like hands it to you.
What does this do?
She's like, if you blow it, the horse Torrent will come. And you see this like scraggly horse with like horns, and he's kind of like feeding on some grass. And she's like, don't worry. He's only a spirit here. He can't be hurt. But if you're to go anywhere, you should use him. It would much more save your legs than you walking.
Well, thank you.
She's like, of course.
I will be sure to use this.
She says, I see you found a site of grace. And she like sits down and you see her put her hands out, and it's basically the photo that I'm showing on the stream right now, where you see her kind of sitting there and you see the site of grace, but there's a building around you. She's like, how did you end up here?
I died on a battlefield, woke up in a mausoleum.
Well, that's how many people end up here. I'm sorry, but if you're to be here, you probably should be of use. She says about 2 miles from here, and Torrent knows the way. She said, there's a castle. There's an item there that may be able to help you. But to get that item, you have to fight through many soldiers that weren't as lucky as you. They were cursed in a way, and they will fight you. But, she goes, you may even recognize some of them, but I advise, if you're going to go that way, the item that you would receive would actually take you back to your home.
All right, well, I guess I will try to get this item.
She says, be careful. There's a evil king there. He'll fight anybody that comes in his castle. And she points, and she said, over there. And she like points, and you see this like broken castle on the hill, and like these, walls kind of up. And she goes, you could go through the main gate, but I recommend going around to the side. And you see her hand come up, and then kind of like, kind of point off to the side. She goes, it's a rougher path. She goes, the walls of the castle are perpetually cold and wet, but there's less soldiers that way.
All right, well, thank you for the tip.
She's like, good luck. She's like, if you rest here, you see her like put her hand out to the thing, and you see it like, it's almost like night comes very quickly. Like, it goes from like afternoon, and you see like a speeding up of time, and you start seeing stars. And it does feel that thing where you feel that elevator feeling again of like, being whooshed in a roller coaster or something. And she's like, rest for the night, but wake up in the morning. Is there anything else you have questions about or require?
Who's the king in that castle over there?
Yeah. He's known as the Grafted. He practices dark arts, but the item he has on you could bring you home to your friends. You said you died in battle?
Yeah.
Did you lose many friends?
Everyone.
Well, that's terrible. But if you defeat this man, you could get something from him. And she says, sleep, O'Grady. And as she says that, you start feeling really tired, like she did cast a spell on you. But being by this site of grace, you feel very warm, like you are sitting by a campfire. And when you're around it, you're in a building, but there's still wind and weather. But the wind almost seems to stop around you, like you're kind of in this cocoon.
All right.
So
let's rest.
And go to it.
Yep.
So you wake up in the morning. It's daytime. And, well, that wasn't the one I wanted. Sure. This is more what the weather's like. You see the tree again. You see Torrid is sitting there and he's still like slowly eating oats. He's got some bags on him and stuff. And he sees you and kind of, you hear, some like jostling, he kind of moves a little bit. And you go to touch him and nothing, he doesn't fight or anything. It's like he's ready for you to use him, mount him, whatever. He's your steed.
Let's mount up and head on over. Kill Godric the Grafted.
You're like, shit, really? You head towards the castle and you find a straight path going up towards the castle. But right when you get to it, there's a wall and you see 3 soldiers and you see them because you're kind of elevated as you're riding. But it appears they don't notice you because they're behind these like stub walls and things. And you see a hole in one of the walls kind of off to the left of the, like if you were to ride left, you see, the walls have like kind of decayed a bit and everything. And you see like ways for you to kind of climb up. But there's these 3 soldiers watching the gate.
All right. Is this where I go off to the side instead of hitting the main gate?
You could go right here, or you could try the main gate.
Yeah, we'll go off to the side.
All right. Do you want to ride
that little tip?
Do you want to ride Torrent in, or are you going to try to sneak in?
I'll get off of Torrent and I'll sneak in.
Okay. When you're near people and you get off Torrent, you see he fades away like one of those spirits you saw before, which is very odd. Like he doesn't hang around by a tree or whatever. He literally goes away. So you're going to attempt to sneak off to the side. So I need you to give me a dexterity check.
6.
As you're kind of like sneaking off to the side, you see you're kind of sneaking up through the trees, and you see like one of the heads pop up, and you see the dude point, and a crossbow bolt comes right at you. So what I'm going to do is, are you going to attempt to dodge? This is where we get to do the rules now.
Yep. I got him right here.
So your stamina is your proficiency. Your total stamina is your proficiency bonus and your con modifier. And I'd say your con modifier is endurance, right? Or your vigor, I would say. Well, endurance, I think, is tied to your thing. So you have what would that be? Like a +2 to your con. And your proficiency bonus would be, any starting character is like 3. So your whole stamina pool is 5. So okay. I'll write that down. So again, we're learning the rules. We went over this. We've read a couple times. I saw that, but I didn't know.
I got the druid dice you gave me. I'm going to use that to count my stamina.
You should, yeah.
It's got the green.
Yeah, do a roll. Yeah, do like a thing. Yeah, the green. Yeah. Would you like to dodge?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna dodge it.
Okay, so it's 1 stamina and it's a dex save.
Yep.
And they're all gonna shoot at you.
So I got a 19.
I mean, you beat everybody. So you see 3 bolts come in. You now have 4 stamina. The bolts fly past you, but you see one of the guys start running towards you, and he's got this massive maul. And he's not screaming or anything. It's quiet. I mean, you've been in battle before. You fought many people, but he is very quiet and like determined. It's like he's just beelining straight towards you. So I'll let you go first. So what would you like to do?
All right.
Your strength, you'd have like a +3. Is what I think to hit.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking at. So I can either do. All right. We'll try a trip attack.
Okay.
On the guy running at me.
All right.
And that is melee or an attack from a melee weapon. I can spend 1 stamina. Force that creature to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
On a failed save. All right.
Go ahead.
So -1. -1 on my stamina
So
real
you're down to
quick.
3.
Yep. And then force that creature to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
So,
He got a natural 20, so he succeeded.
damn.
Yep. That's the best
All
thing.
right.
That's the best thing I've rolled. I've been rolling a bunch of single digits until I got that. So what happens now? I remember reading this. Let's see here. It's up top here. Is it trip attack? Is it a topple? Is that what it's called?
It's called Trip Attack. It's on the top
Oh, the
page.
top page. I'm.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Uh, so I would just say you could do a normal attack, but it wouldn't be knocked prone because you tried to trip it, but you missed. But you could still attack him for another.
Okay.
It would take another thing of stamina to attack him. So you can do a normal attack. So roll to hit. It's a strength. So you have what, +3 to hit?
All right. So 13.
Oh, that hit definitely. And you're using an
Sweet.
axe, so I have to. Are you? Martial weapons, battle axe, right? All right. Were you
Yeah, it's
hitting him
battle
one-handed or
axe.
two-handed?
Um, I guess I'll go two-handed because I don't think I have a shield. I think I just
Okay.
have the axe.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll 1d10 for me.
Dun, 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 dun.
Man, real dice are tight.
Yeah, I got to get used to which ones they are. You
Oh
know.
yeah, I could send you some art. You know the new 2024 rules. Actually,
Mhm.
they hired someone to do art and describe each dice and do art for them. And I sent it to another player in one of my other groups, and he said, "I said I don't want to be condescending, but he was new." And I sent it to him, and he looked at it and he said, this actually helps." Because all the time I'm
Yeah.
like, "What's a D8?" And I was like, "I don't want to be mean." And he goes, "No, I don't know what they are." So because it does art for a D4 and it says D4, and then it does a D6 and it says D6, and then art for a D8. It's all on
Yeah.
a chart, and I was like, "That's helpful."
All right, so I got a 3 on my roll.
Okay, you're down to 3 stamina right now. You can attack again for 1 point of stamina if you want to hit him again.
Yeah, sure, we'll do that. We'll swing one more time.
Okay, down to 2 stamina.
Yep, there we go. And then I'm swinging with the D10, right?
Right,
Or
because you're double handing again. Yeah, you're doing both
yep,
hands. So you did 3 the first time.
4 this time.
Okay. Do you want to hit him one more time, or are you going to keep your 2 stamina?
I'm gonna keep my 2 stamina.
All
I,
right.
I may have to roll.
Great. He's going to attempt to swing at you. He's got to beat your. We're just again, since this is a thing, he's got to beat your. I'll say your. Not a dex. Yeah, I'll say dex because he's swinging at you. Okay, so let's see if he can beat your dex. No, he got below your dex. He missed. He's going to try to swing one more time. That he hit. He did 5 points of damage. Which did we figure out how to do your hit points? Even though I read this a few times, I was kind of. Let's look at your vigor here, shall we? Your vigor is 14. So we'll do this. He did 2 points of damage on your. So just keep track. You have 14 points of vigor.
Okay. Oh, so it runs off of the bigger.
Yeah,
All right, so he did how many points?
just 2 points of damage.
Okay.
And he missed the first time, so it's your turn now. Now at the beginning of your turn, you got all your stamina back, so you have 5
Hmm.
points of stamina total.
All right. Hey, so I don't have to spend the stamina to like try to dodge or anything during their turns
There,
or
there
anything like that.
is a cost. A dodge is a reaction. It costs 1 stamina. You make a dex
Okay.
save.
Okay.
Yeah, heavy plate increases the stamina consumption by 1, but you don't have to worry about that. If you perform a natural
Okay.
dodge, you can if you get a nat 20, you can dodge in any direction 5 feet away from them. So
Okay, yeah, I see that. Here you
yeah,
go.
so that's
Okay.
fine.
Like I said, I read through these, but I knew like playing through
I
it.
did a few
would
times and really
make more
tried to take my
sense.
time, but I think some of it is, again, this is a one shot. We're trying this out. And then again, we're going to do these, and maybe after we do a few of these, I'll be like, hey, which one did people like? Were these good? Would you like to revisit these? Would you like to do like a mini campaign of this, or, whatever? Maybe it's like, oh, we really dig into the rules, but, this is being a one shot. It is what it is. But it's your turn. You have 5 stamina. Do you want to try to swing at him?
Yep.
All right.
I'm gonna do a charged attack at him though.
Very
So
good.
that
Very good.
is
Very good.
Doubling its stamina cost, you can take -5 penalty to the attack roll. If the attack hits, you can add +10 to the attack's damage.
Charged attack. Okay.
So
So
that
it's
would cost me
two
stamina.
Two stamina to do that, so you're down to 3, right?
Yep.
And you -5, 10. So just roll a d20. And it actually, for you, if it's -5 and you have a +3 because of your strength, you basically have a -2. So roll the d20 and just take away 2 from your roll.
Okay, I got a 6.
6.
Then
Total.
I rolled an 8, so that would make 6. Then,
right. Correct. Yeah. Yeah, because you have a +3, but it's a -5, so you really just have a -2. It does not hit, but you still have 3 points of stamina. What do you want to do? You want to try to swing at him again?
Yeah, just try swinging at him again.
Just
a regular
normal attack. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a D10 because I'm two-handing it.
Right.
6.
6 points of damage. You hit him with your axe, and he falls over. And once he hits the ground, you see him kind of explode like you've seen before in those wisps. And you see your necklace, that gold necklace that you look down, you see it start to glow a little bit, and then the glow fades, and he just fades away. But you see one of those other guys behind the wall point his crossbow through the wall and try to shoot you. He got a natural 1, so that missed. You don't even need to dodge out of the way. But his friend next to him is also going to... and that misses. Actually, that misses as well.
Okay.
But they are looking at you, and you see them kind of get off the wall, and they're going to start running at you. They both have crossbows. They're like, one of them's reloading, and the other one's running up to you, and he pulls out a short sword.
All right. I will... Oh, wait. Is it my turn now, then?
Absolutely, yeah. It's your turn.
Okay. And let me reset my stamina.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I will run at the guy with the short sword.
Uh-huh.
And then I will try another charged attack.
Ooh, so, yep. -2.
I rolled my D20. I got the same goddamn thing.
That's what the dice do, man. They give it, and they take it away. It's,
I'm going to switch them up. I got multiple D20s up here.
Yeah, you got that other set, too. You got in the D&D bag or whatever that you got.
Yeah, I got like 4 sets up here.
Do you want to try to strike him again?
Yeah, I'm going to do the two-handed attack.
Okay, so just a normal attack. All right.
Oh, minus my stamina. This time I got an 8.
That also misses.
Man. All right. Well, then I'm gonna keep my stamina, and I'll.
Okay, so you have 2 points of stamina according to my math. He is going to attempt to swing at you. And what did I say it was before? I don't want to. It was off your. Was it your dex, right? Because you're trying to dodge out of the way, right? So okay.
Yeah.
It's off your dex. It's a natural 2 on the dice. He misses. And then it's a 7 on the dice. He misses twice. And you see him, for some reason you see him turn around, and the other dude that has the crossbow has loaded the crossbow, and he's going to attempt to shoot you. And he got a natural 20 on the dice. So don't...
I can't even dodge that.
I'll say this. If you want to spend a stamina and dodge, if you get a nat 20, which it's a long shot, but it could happen, you dodge out of the way. It could happen.
Try it.
Because it will be your turn next, and you will get your stamina back, and you have, 2 stamina points, so that'll leave you with 1.
Let's try it. Oh my god.
Would you get it?
19.
Oh! Oh! He does 1 point of damage with the crossbow bolt. So you're... it was close. That was good. So yeah, because before you had your vigor was 14. What did you 2? So that's 3 points of
I'm
damage.
at 11.
Yeah, you're at 11. Okay.
Yep.
But it's your turn. Your stamina's up. There's a dude in front of you with a crossbow, and you see the guy, or with a short sword. The guy with the crossbow is running at you.
Wait, what's the dude with the crossbows running at me?
But he's reloading. But he's trying to run towards you. But the guy with the short sword is right in front of you.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go after him again. I'm gonna try to do another charged attack.
All right.
We'll get this.
Yeah.
Get this
-2.
eventually.
Yep.
Yep. I got a 14 and
That
then
hit.
-2, so that's 12. That's
That
12.
hit. That hit. 12
All right,
hit.
cool.
So you do +10 to your damage. So roll your damage and then add 10 to it. If you get a 10, that's pretty spectacular.
Right. I roll a D10 for this one, right?
Yep, because you're using both hands, he said.
Yep. Are you gonna be fucking kidding me? The one time I roll a 1.
So you got 11 points of damage. It's all right. I mean, it's a low-level guy. You slash, and it goes like right across his shoulder, like into his shoulder, and you see him. You feel the axe kind of break off him, and he hits the ground and disappears, and you see your necklace glow again, and you're staring dead at the crossbow guy, and he's probably 10 feet from you. And he hasn't he didn't have time to load his crossbow yet, so you have 3 stamina points.
All right, so I can move up to him and attack him, right?
Right.
Will moving up to him cost me a stamina point?
I'll say it will because you're charging him in a way. So I'd say you would charge him. You have 2 stamina left.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, so because you're like, we've all done it where you're like hitting O. We play on PlayStation, hitting an O, like gotta get up there and hit him before you gotta burn some stamina to get up to him. Go ahead. So, but you can still hit him.
Hit him with a
regular hit.
I'll just try to hit him with a standard 2-handed attack.
Okay.
I got a 10.
+3, right? Because your strength's are 13. That hit.
Oh yeah.
Roll for damage. D10.
8.
You see, like, your axe just goes through him, and you see him, like, it literally goes into his head, and he looks like he's got a mask on. You can't really see, but, like, his eyes kind of, you see behind the mask kind of get big, and then it slunks off, and he fades away. Your necklace glows again. Now there's nobody out here. All you see is this hole, like, various holes in the side of the castle for you to, like, get up.
All right. Well, then let's climb up into the castle.
You climb up, and it is you get like to the first stairwell, the first like kind of like flooring, and you see kind of like a Z of stairs going up from where you are, and you see one person at the top of the stairs, and it looks like this emaciated man holding a spear, and it looks like he's not on patrol, but he's just standing there waiting for somewhere. The thing is, this stairwell is very narrow, and really the only way through is up. You do see in front of you another hole to either go up the stairwell or sneak in through, this side entrance where there's like a ground floor area.
Let's take the ground floor area.
Okay. Are you going to try to stealth, or are you just walking in like a boss? What are you doing here?
Let's stealth.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on here yet.
All right, give me a D20 and let me know what you get.
Oh my god, I got a 3.
As soon as your foot hits the floorboard, a man comes from the side and just slashes at you, and he gets advantage because you were so loud. And he's got to get above your... What was the... I always forget the stat. Maybe we should write that down. We're going to say your dex, so you don't get any bonuses. So he's got to get above a 9 on the dice. Because your dex is pretty low. He did not get above a 9. He just missed you, even with advantage. So it whizzes by you. It is now your turn. What would you like to do? You have 5 stamina.
Alright, I'm going to do a charged attack at him. Costing 2 stamina.
Mm-hmm. So -2.
Alright. Yep. 9 minus 2 is 7.
You just miss. You like kind of, bury your foot in the ground and try to like hit him, and he like swings back, and you notice in the dim light of this place again, there's like this silver glow that's kind of around. You don't know where it's coming from, but you kind of illuminate his face. It looks like this emaciated person wearing like these tattered rags, and they have like that ruffled collar that comes down, and they almost look like they're undead in a way, like they're just so skinny and everything. But he misses, but you see he comes in to stab you with his sword. That is he. What did I say? Your dex? Yeah, he hit with a 15. He does 1 point of damage.
Right. Down to 10.
It is your turn though, because he actually looks winded after he swung. He's actually like kind of leaning down a little bit, like he's like tired, like he didn't have.
Oh, so is my stamina reset now then?
Yes,
or
it
is.
is.
It still like
Your stamina reset.
All right. Well, then I am going to. Again,
That was kind of like a surprise attack.
Yeah, I got you. All right, so I'm gonna again go for a charge attack.
Okay.
I got 12 this time.
That hit him.
All right. Wait, oh shit! Drop my dice.
Yeah, I dropped one the other week. It went in the corner. I have no idea. I was like, well, that's gone. I don't know where that went. The D4 is gone forever.
I know. I'm gonna have to find it later. It landed in a little pile of laundry right here.
It'll be that where you'll be folding laundry a week from now, and a dice will go flying. You're like, there it is. I've done that before. Where you're like, oh my god.
All right, I got a 9.
9 for damage plus 10, right? Because of the charge attack. So you got a 19.
Yep.
So you just cleave through him, and he falls backwards. Same effect. Kind of explodes. You see your necklace grow. And you notice after you hit him, it is deathly quiet in this like ground floor. And as you kind of are looking around, you kind of see like there's kind of like a glow, and you see like off in the distance, you see like a brazier start, like light up, and you see another one kind of up the wall. And it is kind of what you saw outside with this Z-shaped stairwell, but it's now inside. The problem is with it being inside, you don't see anybody. But to get up to each level of the stairwell, because this thing is like rotted and moldy and very old and decrepit, you have to climb up through the stairwell, and when there is a break, you have to like jump up to the next break. So if you want to do this, I will make you give me, we'll say an endurance test. So give me 2 endurance rolls. Give yourself plus... I'll say +1. I don't know if that's... I'm gonna do an audible. Just give me +1 in both rolls. D20 +1.
Okay. On 2 rolls, you said?
Yeah, 2 rolls +1.
Right, so that'd be 15 and 3.
Okay. Well, the 3, you kind of get to the last, like, it's the top. You see a door. You're kind of scampering up through these stairs. The last one, you slip and fall. You take 1 point of damage from the fall, and you need to give me another. You need to give me another check to try to grab. It's really the only way to get up. You'd have to go around to that exterior stairwell with that guy waiting for you. So give me another. Give me another vigor check, or what do we say? Endurance.
Yeah. 2 dice again.
Just one. This is just one roll. That was for
Okay.
2 rolls.
Okay, yeah, I got a 15 on this roll.
Okay, you scamper up, and you're basically everything around you is kind of like destroyed. But when you get up to the top, for some strange reason, you see these braziers like light up, and you see the door kind of illuminated, and you see it slightly cracked, and you see a little bit of light coming through.
All right. Well, I'll push the door open.
Every time someone says that, I just think of in any game. I just think of the From Software, the double push, or the, like, yeah. Even when I watch Lord of the Rings, I'm like, that's a good From Software double push with Aragon. Anyway, you open it up, and you're standing in like, it looks like what's around you. You're standing on a bridge, and around you it looks like the thing behind you is like broken. You're kind of in like a lookout tower that's been broken. There's light coming through, and on you look across the bridge and you see this like bit of robes kind of like hanging over, and you see like them slightly move back and forth, and you're kind of like standing on the other side of the bridge, and you kind of look over and you're just like you would have to jump off, and you know that if you did it would be just death if you jumped off either way. So you see this hunk of like cloak just breathing kind of in front of you, probably about 60 feet in front of you with this narrow bridge. Like there is room on either side, like concrete, and like again, you're on the wall and you see behind him this chamber with double doors. It looks like it's more stable, but you were definitely on like the edge of a tower wall where someone would do like a patrol or something.
Oh man. Maybe I should go check out the stairs.
Oh, go back down and go back up?
Yeah. See what that character over there was about. Maybe it's somebody to talk to or something.
Oh, the guy with the spear on the other side of the stairwell?
Yeah,
On the outside? Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
If you turn around and you like open the door, and when you come to the threshold to get down, you're gonna have to give me 2 more endurance rolls +1 to try to scamper down without hurting yourself.
Yeah, no. After doing all that,
Yeah, because you had to scamper up here, so you have to jump down and you might slip or
I
something.
know. All right, so 5 and 16.
Okay, so the 5 you did well, but the 16 you take 1 point of. Well, I mean, sorry, the 16 you did well. The 5 you take 1 point of damage because on your second spill you like twist your ankle a bit. The pain goes away, but you kind of landed incorrectly. But you're down at the base again. You kind of come out and you look up and you see you see like the exterior stairwell, and now you see 2 people. So on the Z coming up this way, you see before it was only a guy on the top. Now you see a guy in the second tier and on the top. They're just sitting there with this big spear, and it looks like they're asleep. But it's like those gaunt creatures you saw before that were kind of like, wearing like tattered rags and like weird collars.
Oh man. All right. So these are obviously not NPCs. These are going to be enemies. You said they're asleep?
It appears that they're asleep at their job, yes.
All right. I'll try to sneak past them, I guess.
Okay, what I'll say is because it's like a straight line looking at them, if you try to sneak past them, I mean, they will see you. Like they're not, it looks like they're asleep. Okay, how about I'll do this? I'll let you use your dex, your stealth, but you got to roll for each one. You have to roll a d20, and you're at disadvantage, so you have to take the lower number. It might work. You have +0. It might work.
All right. I'll try it.
Okay.
Well, I got a 6.
He wakes. You see, like you get by him, and it's one of those things where you step on a board and it cracks, and you see his eyes open, and he goes to stab you with the pole arm, but he's gonna try to. He got 1 point past your dex. He hit you, but what I'm gonna say this: you got hit. You took 1 point of damage, but what's gonna happen is I'm gonna have you roll a dex to see if you like want to dodge and stay on the stairwell, or if you fall all the way down, which would do a lot of damage. So give me a dex saving throw.
Come on, be good to me, dice. Got a 12.
That was just enough to stay on the stairwell. So you like kind of dodge out of the way, but you're holding your side. But you're like and it looks like he's gonna swing you again. But it is your turn, and you have 5 stamina.
All right, hold on, let me. Here we go. All right, well, let's charge attack him.
Okay.
3. Oh man, it's -2, right?
Correct. -2.
So I'd make this a 1.
Okay, well,
That
no,
does
that
not
that
hit.
was not good. You swing. You can swing again. You have 2 point, or you have 3 points of stamina left.
Yep, let's just do a standard two-handed swing then.
Okay.
There we go. Eight.
That hit. You hit him, and he falls off. And when he hits the ground, you see your charm necklace start to glow. Good to go, man. He fell off.
All right.
It's a good 30 feet down from where he is because you're basically looking down the side of the castle, you know? But as you turn, you see the other creature saw what was happening and starts rushing down the stairs to do a charge attack at you. So let's see if he hits. He's going to try to do a dex hit to hit you. He missed, but barely. So you see you just dodge out of the way and you see the pole arm just go straight where you were. But it is your turn, so you get 5 stamina back.
All right.
Or,
So
you're up to 5.
Let's try a charged attack at him.
Okay.
If I can get it, come on. Did not get it. I got 2.
No, sorry. You missed,
Yep.
but I mean, it still is your turn. You have 3 stamina. Do you want to try to hit him again, or?
Yep, let's try to hit him with a standard two-handed attack. 9.
That hit. You hit him. Roll for damage.
3.
It was enough. Now, since you guys are both on the edge, he's going to make a dex check. His dex is very low. If he fails, you can knock him off the edge as well.
All right.
He did really well. He's actually on the edge, but he's kind of like, you can see his foot kind of teetering on the edge. It is your turn again. You get 5 stamina again.
Okay. Standard two-hand attack.
Okay.
All right. Roll to see if it hits. 12.
That hit.
All right. And then roll for damage. 2.
Okay. You hit him. Now he's going to try to roll again, and he's at disadvantage because he's on the edge. You see he like slips a little, and then it's like the Looney Tunes where he looks at you and then just goes right off the edge, and you see him just hit the side of the thing. Doesn't look good. So you kind of look, and there's kind of like a stiff breeze, and you see a clear shot all the way up to the top of this tower you're in.
All right. Let's go up.
You get to the top, and instead of a door, where the door was has been broken open. And you look, and there's this really strange kind of like forced perspective where when you walk in, you're literally on a catwalk, and you're looking at what you looked before, but there's a plank of wood that goes out, and you're standing above this figure that was in a cloak, and you see him like this huge like creature kind of like as soon as you step on the plank. Give me a stealth check as you're trying to like actually give me a dex save because you're trying to like basically walk the plank. So just roll d20. And actually I'll let you roll at advantage because he doesn't know you're there. But
Thank God.
You're still
You said I could roll at advantage as soon as I rolled a fucking 1.
Well, there you go. You roll at advantage. So hopefully you get a nat 20. That'd be
16.
much better.
I got a 16.
So you're kind of right there, and you hear the boards creak, and you see this creature, like, stand up, and he is huge, probably 10, 12 feet, move the cloak, and you see him reach underneath, like, this desk that's, like, kind of, it was weird, like, he was kind of covering it before, but it looks like it's, like, an office desk. He pulls out this arm, and you see him jam it on his arm and like stretch out and like crack his knuckles, you know, and it's longer than his body. And you see like these weird horns on his face and all this stuff. I mean, he looks like he's like deformed or something. And you see him look right up at you, and you see him throw it. It looks like he just linces and throws something up at you. He's going to attempt to hit you with something.
Oh man.
Well, he got a 15. That wasn't enough for your dex. It hits, the catwalk explodes, and you fall down. But here's the deal. We've all been there. As you're falling, you can ready your weapon and try to, basically come down on top of him. Yeah. So I'll let you roll with advantage. Give me a, what were we saying? Strength. So you get +2. You have 5 stamina. You're not allowed to do, you know what? I'll give you a charge attack for free because you're literally free falling. So I'll give you that, but you got to roll to hit him. So let me know what you get. It's a minus. It's still a, It's, you don't have to use the 2 stamina, but you still have to try to hit him, right? Because he's also moving. So you guys are trying to meet in the middle. So you don't burn the stamina, but you got to try to hit him.
All right, and you said I get advantage, right?
Correct, because you're falling down on him.
I got a 6.
Advantage, you got a 6?
Advantage, I got a 6. I rolled a 6 and a 5.
Okay, you kind of come down, and right before you see him, just his cloak move, and it's just a complete wisp where you hit the ground. You take 1 point of damage because you do the superhero landing, and your axe is in the ground. You kind of pull it up, and he's like, "Oh, hello, tarnished," and he throws his cloak off the bridge, and you see him just leap right at you. So he's gonna attempt to swing at you. Now you can dodge or you can block.
I'm gonna dodge. So
1 stamina. Now you still have 5 stamina because it didn't cost you. You have 4 stamina, and it's a dex save. So roll a d20.
I got a 7.
That wasn't enough. It was.
I didn't think it would be.
You're like, I was not hopeful. You it. He just lands right on top of you, and he does 2 points of damage to you. He's got this huge axe that just comes right down your shoulder, and you are in pain. And he literally leaps back and does a weird backflip and lands on the bridge and starts pacing back and forth. And he's like, "You think you're enough? I've seen more than one of your kind." And you see him grab his axe, and he starts to run at you. It is the beginning of your turn. Here's the deal. If you burn a stamina, I will allow you to drink from your potion, as we have all done in a Souls game or a From Software game. When something's running at you and you're like, do I have enough time to drink this before this guy stabs me in the face? So I'll let you burn a stamina and drink that if you'd like to.
Well.
Or you could face tank it. It's your choice.
Oh, I'm not face tanking that, so I'm going to burn a stamina and I'm going to take a drink.
Okay, you get 5 hit points back.
Okay. Oh, it's better than what I had.
Would you have 9 or something?
I was down to 4.
Oh, okay. So you have 9. So you drink that, and he is going to attempt to swing at you with your dex. He got under your desk. You kind of, he just dodges out of the way. It's now your turn. You have all your stamina back.
All right. Two-handed attack.
Okay.
Or just standard two-handed attack.
Mm-hmm.
Roll for hit. 1.
Nope, that wasn't enough. Would you like to swing again? You have 4 stamina.
Yep.
Okay.
Swing again.
All right.
Got a 4.
That, obviously, you just see him, doing the superhero thing where his chin's just moving, while you're and you're
All right, let's try one more. Okay. One more. I just switched up my dice. Maybe this one will be good to me.
Maybe it'll be it.
18.
That hit. Roll for damage.
All right.
D10.
3.
3, okay. All right, you see it clips, and you see blood fly, and he screams, and he's going to attempt to swing at you. And he's got both hands, and what he does is you see him leap up in the air, And strangely enough, it's like he's magnetized on you. He's just going to drop on you and try. He hits you for 2 points of damage. It slams down on you, and as you're like, in pain, just like, he reaches back, and he's going to try to swing you one more time. He hits you again. 1 point of damage. It is now your turn, and you have 5 stamina points back.
All right. Let's charge attack him.
Okay.
-2.
Mm-hmm. So
Are you?
it's a -2 on that.
I just rolled a 1.
Yep, that was not enough. Do you want to try swinging him again?
Yeah, we'll just do a standard one. Those seem to be doing better for me.
Okay.
Standard 2-handed attack. Switch the dice. 11.
That was not enough. You do that thing but you see it catches his clothing, and he screams, and he's going to attempt to swing you, and he does 2 really quick swings right at you.
All right.
Missed and missed. And you see him back up, and it looks like he's like reading something and like getting ready to do something. And you see his back foot kind of like dig into the ground, but it is your turn. You have 5 stamina left.
All right, I'm going to run up on him and try to do another charged attack.
Okay. -2, right?
Got a 9.
Nope, not enough.
God damn. All right. Another standard, just a standard 2-handed attack.
Okay.
Another 9.
Another 9. I forgot, as a reaction, you can dodge. Remember, you can burn your stamina to dodge these. He has missed you.
Okay,
I
wasn't sure.
It costs
about
one.
that. Okay.
It costs 1 stamina, but he has been missing you. I think he hit you once.
Yeah.
So again, I messed with the rules. So, but it is he. Wait, you just missed. He's going to attempt to swing at you, but you have 2 stamina left, right? Because he's going to attempt to swing at you. So he's going to just run in and do the same thing you did to him. He's just going to try to swing twice. He hit once.
All right. Well,
He hit twice. Would you like to
dodge?
try to dodge?
Yeah, I'll try to dodge both times. That'll burn up my stamina, but
Yeah, but I mean, you get it back at the beginning of your turn, right? So
exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
so roll twice.
Do I
let me
roll for both?
roll for both of them.
All right. Well, I got a 1 and then I got a 19.
The 19 dodge, but you got hit with 1.
Yep.
1 point of damage. It just grazed you. But it is your turn. All your stamina is back. How many hit points do you have left? 3?
I'm at 5.
Okay. He has more than 5. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, I'm not anticipating surviving this.
Well, you never know. It could work out if he misses again. But it's your turn. Yeah, you have 5. You have 5 stamina points.
All right, let's do this. All right. Well, let's try to hit him with the that charged attack again.
All right. Hey,
one of these is bound to
you're
land.
gonna hit. It'll be fine.
13. Does that hit?
That hits. That hit.
Oh yes. All
That was the
right.
number. You got a 15 last time, but that 13 hits.
All right, let's do for damage.
So plus 10,
5, and then
plus 10, so 15.
10, yep. All right, now we're doing something.
He doesn't, like, you just dig into him, and you see him scream and, like, fall backwards, but he flips up, and you see him he does that thing again where he just leaps at you just all pissed off. So it's how much stamina do you have? 3 points of stamina. It's almost like he's in a fury. He is going to attempt to swing you 3 times. So
Okay.
that one just missed. That one missed. That one is a nat 20. Now here's the deal. If you get a nat 20, he missed twice, but he got a nat 20. I'll let you dodge once. If you get a nat 20, you dodge it.
go for it.
All right.
Screw it. Balls to the walls. Let's do it. All right.
Could happen.
Didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Well, we've all been there from software games. I'm going to risk the biscuit, and it doesn't work out, and you end up at a bonfire, site of grace, Yarnum lamp, and you're like, well, better luck next time, I guess. What are they called? The with the messengers on them. That's where you.
I don't know. Yarnum lamp.
I think that's they're the messenger lamp or whatever. All right, let's see how much damage he does. How many hit points do you have left?
5.
All right. Well, let's see here. He did 3 points of damage, so you're still alive. And let me tell you, since you hit him with that charge attack, he doesn't have many more than you do. So it's your turn. You have 5 points of stamina.
All right, let's hit him with that charge attack then.
All right.
All right, so let me minus my 3. Let's roll.
Well, it's -2. Because you have
yeah, -2. I'm at 3.
Yeah.
I bet.
You're at +3. It's -5. It's -2. It's just -2.
All right. This should hit him with a 15, right?
That hit him because you hit him originally with a 15, so that hit. So your damage +10. Let me know your damage.
14.
Your axe falls into him and he screams. And there's an explosion of fire. You're knocked back. You only take 1 point of damage. But as he fades away, your ruin glows with a fiery red hotness and fades away. There's a little burn mark on your chest where it was resting. And as he's sitting there, you see this strange coin laying on the ground that looks like the same thing that is on your chest.
I guess. Wait, so did I defeat him?
Yeah, he disappeared. That was close, man. You had, 2 hit points left or something?
1.
Oh, and you have no more healing items. A true From Software experience when you're like, hey, can I save right here? Yeah.
Did I do it?
Did I? Yeah, and you literally just sit there and look at the screen like, yes! Because it does the enemy felled or whatever. That doesn't appear in the TTRPG. But you did fell him, and you see this coin laying on the ground, like right in front of you, and it looks like the same symbol that's on your neck, that weird broken ruin sign.
I guess I'll walk over and pick it up.
When you pick it up, you hold it in your hand, kind of like you're staring at it, and it's almost like your eyes just like narrowly, like it's almost like you zoom in, like a movie, and you feel a hand on your shoulder, and you see another hero, another warrior of your clan, and he's like, O'Grady, and you turn and you see your clan standing up on a hill, and you see a massive battle happening in the background, and everybody's marching on to that like kind of broken crescent moon coliseum that I described before, and your people are starting to march. This man who looks a lot like you but has like one like milky eye with a scar. He's got his hand on his shoulder. He's like, O'Grady, the battle's beginning. Come. And they start marching over the hill. And you see it's just this weird deja vu where this was where you were marching before the ballista came in and killed you. It's like the row you were marching on when this came. So that's what I got, man. That's the one shot. That's what I planned.
Hey, you know what? This is good.
Yeah, it was fun. I like the idea of the stamina coming back. Plus, you had a true From Software moment where you had 1 hit point and you killed him. Where you're like
I said, I went into that expecting to die. I was just like, you know what? That's why we're just gonna go balls to the wall.
Yeah, I can't. I was surprised you did it. I mean, you rolled well. You hit him. It is truly one of those things. I'm like, yes, like you got him. Like.